It always starts with a feeling, doesn't it? That little twinge in your gut when something just doesn't sit right. You try to ignore it, brush it off as insecurity, overthinking, whatever. But it lingers. It builds. And one day, you wake up and realize you were never crazy, you were just the only one paying attention. I met Zoe in college. We weren't in the same classes or anything. She was studying art history, I was in computer science, but we had mutual friends. She had this kind of quiet confidence, the kind that made people lean in when she talked. Not loud, not flashy, just present. When Zoe looked at you, you felt like she saw everything. I think that's what pulled me in first. We started dating during our second year, moved in together a year after graduation. Things were easy with her at first. She was sweet, funny in a dry, sarcastic kind of way, and had this habit of drawing little things on receipts, napkins, whatever was lying around. Life settled into something comfortable. Not always exciting, but stable. I thought we were good. Then came Noah. The first time I heard his name, Zoe and I were having drinks with a couple of her old high school friends. Someone mentioned, "I saw Noah last week," and Zoe lit up like a Christmas tree. She laughed and said, "God, I haven't seen him in forever. He used to practically live at our house." I asked, "Who's Noah?" And she said, "Oh, just a childhood friend. He grew up down the street from me. Total dork. We were inseparable back then." Nothing about that raised any flags. People have childhood friends. I had a couple myself. What struck me was the way she said his name, soft, nostalgic. Not romantic, not really, but intimate. Like he wasn't just a friend, but a chapter of her life she still carried with her. The first time I heard his name, Zoe and I were having drinks with a couple of her old high school friends. Someone mentioned, "I saw Noah last week," and Zoe lit up like a Christmas tree. She laughed and said, "God, I haven't seen him in forever. He used to practically live at our house." I asked, "Who's Noah?" And she said, "Oh, just a childhood friend. He grew up down the street from me. Total dork. We were inseparable back then." Nothing about that raised any flags. People have childhood friends. I had a couple myself. What struck me was the way she said his name, soft, nostalgic. Not romantic, not really, but intimate. Like he wasn't just a friend, but a chapter of her life she still carried with her. A few weeks later, she told me he'd moved back to our city. "We're gonna grab coffee next week," she said casually. I haven't seen him in years. Again, I didn't think much of it. Why would I? I trusted her. I wasn't the jealous type. She started bringing him up more often after that. Always in passing. Noah said the funniest thing the other day. "I ran into Noah downtown, he's still so weird. Noah's got this new job at some startup, sounds like it's going well." I noticed that she never really told me when she saw him. Just that she had. Like it was always an afterthought. And yeah, okay, that bothered me a little. So one night, while we were brushing our teeth, I asked, "You and Noah hanging out a lot lately?" She shrugged. "Not really. Just here and there. It's nice catching up, you know." I let it go. But that feeling, that little knot in my stomach, it started to grow. One Friday night, I got off work early and decided to surprise Zoe. I picked up Ty from her favorite place and headed home. I walked in and saw her sitting on the couch, laughing at something on her phone. She didn't hear me at first, so I said, "Hey babe. She jumped. Like, really jumped. And the phone? Gone in a second. Locked and tossed on the cushion beside her. "Hey," she said, smiling. "You're home early." "Yeah," I said, setting the food down. "Thought I'd surprise you." She leaned in for a kiss, but something felt off. Her smile didn't reach her eyes. Later that night, she got a message. I saw the screen light up while she was in the bathroom. Just a notification, not even a full text. It said, "You looked amazing today." Made my week. The sender's name? Emma, art class. Zoe hadn't taken an art class in 2 years. I didn't say anything right away. Maybe I should have. But I needed to be sure I wasn't just making something out of nothing. So I did something I'm not proud of. I waited until she fell asleep, and I checked her phone. It was locked. Of course. But I'd seen her unlock it 100 times. Muscle memory. My thumb moved like it belonged there. The messages were. Yeah. They were bad. Emma, art class, was Noah. Hundreds of texts. Going back months. Photos. Not explicit, but intimate. Her in bed, making a stupid face. Him sending her drawings he said reminded him of her. Conversations about how they always had something and maybe the timing had never been right. I felt sick. My chest was tight, like I couldn't breathe. I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled, hoping, praying, that it would just be flirtation, nothing physical. But then I found it. 3 weeks ago, Noah, still thinking about that night. Can't believe we finally crossed that line. Zoe, me too. I'm scared of how much I liked it. I sat there on the edge of the bed, staring at her while she slept. Peacefully. Like she hadn't just blown up the life we'd built. I didn't sleep. In the morning, I told her we needed to talk. She knew. The second she looked at me, she knew. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just asked her to explain. She tried. Said it was a mistake. That it was complicated. That they'd always had a bond, and seeing him again stirred things up. That she didn't mean for it to happen. That it was only once. But the text said otherwise. I told her I was done. She cried. Begged. Said she'd cut him off, go to therapy, whatever I needed. I wish I could say I stood up and walked away. That I had the self-respect to pack my things right then and there. But I didn't. I stayed. For another month. Because when you love someone that deeply, even after they break you, you hold on to this pathetic shred of hope that maybe, just maybe, they'll fix it. That it'll go back to how it was. Spoiler, it didn't. She kept seeing him. I caught her lying again, this time, about a girls' night that turned out to be dinner with him. That was it. I moved out that weekend. She sent me emails for a while. Long, rambling letters about how she ruined everything. How she missed me. How she hated herself. I didn't respond. I blocked her. It's been over a year now. She still pops into my head sometimes. I'll hear a song she used to play in the car, or pass by the art supply store she loved, and it hits me. That ache. But then I remember the night I read those messages. The pit in my stomach. The feeling of realizing that the person you trusted most had been building a whole other world behind your back. So no, I'm not angry anymore. Just tired. And next time someone tells me he's just a childhood friend? I'll listen to my gut. Every damn time.